on, baby.
Oh, look at him. Got him.
Woohoo! Yeah, them all over the place. Shrimp native. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, friends. Did you know that you could catch shrimp in the Chesapeake Bay? I'm serious. You can. Rumor has it. Which is why today we are in Reedville, Virginia. We're going to meet up with the professor. And we're going to see, even though I've been here my whole life, I never caught any shrimp in the Chesapeake Bay. Apparently, you can do it, and we're going to try to do it today. All right, so I'm here with the professor, ready to take off in the good old Carolina skiff. We don't need the skiff today, right, Professor? Shallow water for the shrimp?
Shallow, definitely in the short water.
That's in the short water,
yeah.
As they say. How did you find wherever we're gonna go? I know it's a top secret location.
I've been watching these shrimp now for about 8 years in the Chesapeake Bay. And I'll give you a little background on them. The females, which are called roe shrimp, come in the spring, early spring, and they lay eggs. So these shrimp that we're about to go try to catch, or actually the juveniles, I watch them grow all summer, and I watch them grow every summer. And they're just now getting of size to where they're edible. You know?
So they'll literally, from the beginning to the end of a summer, they'll go from too small to the right size.
That's right, yeah.
That's crazy.
The key is catching them when they mature enough to harvest before they leave and head to the ocean.
So there's a window.
There is a window.
All right.
And it's a tight window.
Tight window. We're going to try to work our way in that window today. I'm stoked. Never done this. Didn't know it existed, man. So let's do it. Let's go shrimping. All right. So we're at our secret spot. But you're saying before we do anything, we got to do what?
Well, normally we'll cruise around a little bit and we'll try to find a concentration of shrimp. We'll see them skipping across the top of the water, around the boat, or back in the prop wash. And you just want to kind of cruise around and look. And a lot of people don't know what they're seeing, but just keep an eye and you'll notice there'll be shrimp.
So by stirring up the water, going around, where we see more jumping out, that's a signal basically of, hey, that's where we want to fish?
That's where we want to fish for them, yeah.
All right, so next step, Professor, we got some electrical conduit over here. That's got a purpose. What's the purpose? This is getting interesting.
Well, what we're going to do with that conduit, and you can use anything, bamboo poles, PVC poles, anything. But what we're going to do is we're going to go around in this area where these shrimp are, stick those poles in the bottom, and they're going to be marks for our bait that we're going to use to attract the shrimp.
All right, so we're going to, this way we don't forget where we're putting our bait.
Where it's a location mark for our bait.
And I don't even know what we're using for bait yet, so it's going to get interesting. All right, so time to make some bait. The professor has 3 buckets of stuff, for which I do not know what any of it is. So what are we looking at here, Professor?
This is the main ingredient, fish meal.
Fish meal.
From Omega Protein. Here we have just some random clay that I dug up out of the creek shore. I mean, you can find it pretty much in any creek, you know, in the Chesapeake Bay. This is going to act as our sticker.
All right.
So it's going to make everything stick together.
Okay.
And then in this bucket, I just have some random field dirt.
So we got 3 things. We got field dirt, we got clay, and we got fish meal.
Fish meal, yeah.
And we're essentially going to make shrimp cakes.
That's exactly
out of
what we're going to make.
All right.
So there's no real science, but the main ingredient is that fish meal. And this is just a way that I've learned how to do it over the years. and it works for me. So I take this clay, break it all up.
I feel like we're looking at some serious like home brew here.
That's what it is, home brew.
This is great. I had no idea.
And now we're just gonna add some water.
Just the way Mama used to make it.
Almost like a pancake batter.
It don't smell
like smell like a pancake batter.
This is hilarious.
It looks about right.
So that's it.
That's it.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
So basically it looks like the biggest crab cake of your life.
Yeah.
Made with fish meal, filled dirt, and clay.
Yeah.
Now what are we gonna do?
We're gonna go back by our poles and we're gonna toss these patties in a manner that we mentally can keep track of to know exactly where it is.
All right.
So the way I normally do it is I'll place this patty a half a cast net width away from my pole adjacent to the shoreline.
Got it.
That way I know in my mind exactly where that patty is every time I throw that cast net. Because you could throw 3 feet to the right, 3 feet to the left, or 3 feet short and not catch shrimp. They're all gonna be sitting right there on top of that patty.
Okay.
So it's very important that we hit this patty
Yep.
with our cast net.
Okay, got it. All right, so we've let the bait, these shrimp patties, I love this. We let them sit in the water, been what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes. And so now we're gonna throw the cast net over top of it, like you said.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Uh-oh.
Got a few shrimp.
Got a couple shrimp in there. Yes, sir. Okay, Professor.
Not bad.
I'm feeling it. Oh. Oh yeah. And a million bunker too.
Yeah.
Live bait special. Sweet.
Alright, so we've hit every pole once. And that's 11 casts. Of course, we got a little bycatch here, but clean all that up. And there's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 pounds of shrimp there with the head on. Well worth my 11 casts. All right, so we went and hit the poles one more time, 11 poles, 11 casts, about the same result. Maybe, I don't know, about the same.
Yeah, she's a lot.
Yeah, good, nice size shrimp. So, there's what we have with 22 casts. Not bad. So, but we're gonna call it a day. We've caught plenty, good enough for a meal. That's all we want to clean this afternoon anyway. It's Friday afternoon, so we're gonna go through now and pick up all of our bait poles. And because it's just good practice, we don't want to leave our trash behind, and plus we want to save them so we can use them another time. Mark's gonna drive the boat, and it's a good mud bottom, so they come up nice and easy. Shake them around a little bit, get the end kind of clean.
And Professor, when we get back to the dock, are we just gonna throw them all in a cooler? How does this work?
This is what I normally do, is we're gonna put them all up on the fish cleaning table, and we're gonna pop the heads off of them.
Head popping?
So they'll either be ready to eat fresh or freeze, and they freeze really well. You put them in a nice freezer Ziploc bag and you can eat them a year later and you won't know the difference.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time to do the work.
The work comes now. Fun part's over.
What's this called again?
We're gonna head the shrimp.
Head the shrimp.
Right.
All right.
Oh, look at that. That's so pretty.
So in terms of getting this head off, what's our process? Like, what's the technique?
All right, so what works for me is I like to hold the shrimp like this. And then you just pinch right there where the head starts and pull.
Oh, whoa. You pretty much deveined it as you were doing it.
90% of the vein comes out.
Okay.
As long as you don't squeeze too hard.
All right, let me see this. Whoa. You deveined it on the spot.
Yep.
All right. Check it out. Can I? Can I don't know how I did it. Let's try that again. Moment of truth. What am I doing wrong? Oh. I got a lot of it. I did all right. Okay.
I like to hold the side of my finger, my index finger, right there, and then squeeze into my index finger with my thumb.
Well, Professor, we've come to a close of this operation. Operation Catch a Whole Lot of Shrimp was successful in the Chesapeake Bay. We got probably what, 12, 15 pounds, somewhere in there.
Headed shrimp, yeah.
Headed shrimp, ready to be eaten, frozen, used for bait, whatever. So this was pretty cool. This was a great learning experience. If you enjoyed this experience, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button as well. It helps the channel grow. Thanks so much for going shrimping.